Hi, my name is Max Fortis and I work on the product team here at Quiq. Today we're going to be taking a look at how large language model powered assistants are able to handle a range of tasks better, more dynamically, more effectively than a previous generation of digital assistant. We're going to be looking at examples today in the context of a sample whitewater rafting site and comparing how this new generation of assistant is able to handle inquiries and how the previous generation of assistant would handle the same type of inquiry. Let's take a look at how an LLM-powered assistant can answer multiple questions at once and contrast that with the previous generation assistant, which generally is only going to be able to match one customer intent at a time. It'll have trouble answering multiple questions simultaneously. So I'll go ahead and open up the chat here. And I'll start with what would be a relatively normal question to ask when you're booking a rafting trip. So what's the place the rafting tours leave from? Also, what time should we get there? My son wants to make sure we're not late. So once again, a normal question, but there's two different intents here. Generally, there's going to be time and place. So we matched the time, so we give the customer the time that they can leave from, but we totally ignored that other question around where they leave from. Now, obviously, it's possible to make a static answer that handles both time and place, but by default, we're going to be answering one of those intents. In this case, we matched the time and ignored the place. Now let's take a look at how an LLM-powered assistant is going to handle that same type of inquiry. So I'll go ahead and once again ask that same question. What's the place the rafting tours leave from? Also, what time should we get there? My son wants to make sure we're not late. So the LLM doesn't have that same limitation as traditional NLP might around only matching one intent at a time. So in this case, we're able to understand when the tours leave from and where. We've also got context here. So, okay, thanks. Do you have the exact address? So I can put in my car GPS. So it's also great at understanding context, right? So I didn't get the address in that first answer. I got the name of the place, but it's able to understand context, know that when I say, do you have exact address, it means the address that the rafting trips leave from, and is able to provide that to me even with all those typos, spelling errors, and additional context that it technically doesn't need about using my GPS. So that's an example of how an LLM-powered assistant is able to answer multiple questions at once in a way that was not possible with a previous generation assistant.